So budget transfer is done by the WBS element, which is from the project A to project B or within a WBS also. So you can be transfer the budget from the within a WBS within a project or from the different WBS with a different projects. So this facility is provided by the SAP with a different transaction codes. This is a budget distribution methods. So either you can be budget from the bottoms up, that is from the lower level to the higher level WBS, which is automatically get roll up, or you can be distribute the budget, you can be apply the budget on the top level of the WBS and you can be later on distribute on the lower level WBS. For example, here we can see the WBS XXX having budget 3,80,000, which is later on distributed on the lower level according to the requirement on that particular WBS, and again it will be drilled down on the lower level WBS, that is 70,000 and 1 lakh out of 1,70,000 and 70,000 and 60,000 out of 2,10,000. So balance budget on this WBS is 80,000. So I can incur some cost on this WBS as 80,000, this WBS AAA1 on a 70,000, AAA2 on a 1 lakh, BBB1 70,000 and BBB2 60,000. So across that particular WBS, if I want to incur some more cost, system will throw me the error message and system will restrict me to not incur the cost beyond the particular fund allocation. So this is a typical budget WBS level upload, initial upload through the transaction code CJ30. So you have to prerequisite, you have to enter either the project or a WBS element, and then later on you can be put the WBS and system will roll up the WBS from the lower level WBS to higher level WBS. So I have done the budget on the excavation, which is on the level 3, so as a 10,000, and it will be roll up from the excavation to earthwork and earthwork to construction. Same way I have uploaded the budget for a services on a level 2, which is 15,000, and it will be again roll up from the 15,000 to directly on a construction, that is a 10 plus 15, that is 25,000. So overall budget on my particular WBS level 1 is a 25,000. This is the budget availability control, which control the cost and the commitment control on the particular WBS. So as soon as you do a budget on the particular project, the AVSC control will get activated in a background automatically, and it will control your cost across that particular WBS. So system will not allow you to capture any commitment or any actual cost beyond that particular allocation of the budget, and this can be set by the tolerance limit. So you have a budget profile which is customized in the configuration part, where you set the availability control, for which availability control you need to be activated. Then you have to assign the commitments through that particular profile, and finally you have to assign that particular profile of the budget profile to the project profile. So automatically once you create a project, your budget profile automatically get copied, and it will start controlling your fund allocation. The tolerance limit which is set in the system, which control your particular, whether you want to error message on a 80%, whether you want to 90% of mail with a trigger for an appropriate person, or on a 100%, system will state you are directly a error message. So this can be set by the tolerance limit in the system. We will see how the tolerance limit set in a later slides. So once you activated the budget in the system will automatically activated some status on your WBS, that is a BUDG, which control state as the budget have been done on that particular WBS, and AVSC, which recognize that you have a availability control get activated on that particular WBS. So this can be seen through the CJ20N. So system will not allow you to incur the assigned values behind the budget. That can be set by the tolerance limit. So actual cost on the WBS element along with the commitment on the WBS element, which is called as the assigned value. So actual cost is nothing but your good receipt, your service entry sheets, or your cost directly from the FI posting. And the commitment, which is called as your purchase requisition, your purchase order, your service requisition, and your work order. This is called as the commitment on your project. So commitment plus actual is called as the assigned value. So you can able to control the cost through the availability control functionality through the project system. So which will not allow you to incur the cost behind the set budget. This is typical commitment management flow where you have to assign the materials, you have assign some services, or you have some claim notifications. Okay, so later on it will be converted into the purchase requisitions and the purchase order, which is called as the commitments. So once you create the purchase requisition and the purchase order across the particular WBS, system will treat it as a commitment. So WBS element, for example WBS element DS031001 having commitment 6000, that is nothing but the purchase requisition and the purchase order values, and the actual is a 5000, that is nothing but your good receipt in case of material or a service entry sheet in case of a services, and then total is the assigned, that is called as the 11000. So once you convert the purchase requisition to purchase order, system will showing as a commitment. So purchase requisition and purchase order is called as a commitment. So this is my commitment is a 6000, actual is a 5000, and my assign is a 11000 across that particular WBS element. Now as soon as I convert that purchase order into good receipt, that in case of a material I have convert that it is a good receipt, and in case of a services it is called as a service entry sheet. So your commitment is automatically gets 0 and it comes under the actuals. Okay, so 6000 plus 5000, as I converted the purchase order, the 6000 commitment is gets 0 and it's showing now at the actuals, that is 11000, and my assign is also showing as the 11000. That is the flow of commitment and actual in a project system module. So this is the budget check during the creation of a purchase order or a work order, or it can be checked during the purchase requisition or a service requisition also. So at the 80% consumption, if I set the tolerance limit on a 80%, 90% and 100%, that is 80% system will throw me the warning message, 90% system will throw me the mail to appropriate person, and on 100% system will directly give me the error message. So on 80% system will show me the yellow message. This yellow message is nothing but a warning message. So it now shows that the 80% budget get exhausted, so I need to do some supplementary budget if I have to incur some more cost on that particular WBS. This is my WBS. So this kind of message I get during creation of a purchase order, work order, or purchase requisition or a service requisition, which is called as a commitment. Once I completed cost behind on the 100%, system will give me now the error message. This red color indicating this is the error message. So that particular WBS budget is get exhausted. So now you cannot create any new commitment on that particular purchase order or a work order. So you have to do some add-on or supplement budget, and then only on system will allow you to create some new purchase order, or you can be change the existing purchase order across that particular WBS. So this is the way of controlling the fund allocation through the commitment and the cost. This is typically availability check on the project. So my budget is a 50, my commitment is a 10, and actual is a 40. So my almost no fund is available on that particular WBS. Okay, because 10 plus 40 is a 50 is my assign. Okay, So invoice, purchase order is nothing but a commitments, and invoice is nothing but my actuals, that is nothing but the good receipt and the service entry sheets.